How's it going, everybody? We're doing our second collector box break here of Bloomburrow. As I said, we've already opened up now, so this will officially be the 48th box, the end to our second master case. If you guys don't follow us already on Whatnot, there's a link down below for $15 free credit if you're not signed up yet. So you can use that to purchase anything on there, not just from us, but any other great streamer on there. Just a little bit of background as I gave on the first one. This came from a sub case. This sub case only had one gilded foil so far. So, like I said, you usually see like 1 to 2 gilded foils in a sub case. So my guess is that this box will contain a gilded foil, and it is the final box out of the master case itself. If you guys don't follow us on Patreon already, go ahead and give us a follow on Patreon. It's absolutely free to become a free member there. And we do offer breaks at pretty discounted prices here so that we can just do breaks on YouTube. Usually like under market as well. As long as the product's not completely dumping under distribution costs, then we can always offer that. So here we go. If you're not familiar with the layout of these boxes, it is 12 packs. They are Japanese printed, as I said in the previous video. So you're going to get your rares in the front. Comes with 5 rares. You get your special land, and the land can be any of the 1-4 seasons. And after that, you go into your commons and uncommons. So I'm going to go a little bit quicker on this video in comparison to the last one. I'm not going to explain as much. I will mention a couple things here and there, though. So as I was saying, I think what they did really well with this set was the art. So first card here is going to be Season of Gathering in the full art foil. So this is usually your nicest card in the front here, the full frame foil or the showcase frame foil. Then you go into your showcase. I'm going to get a Valley Flood Caller. I'm going to put hits right here in the showcase, non-foil. Valley Rock Caller, great card here. This is disgusting, like I said, for Chatterfang. Murmuration. And then we're going into a Valley Quest Caller down here. Not a big fan of this card. It is very, very tribal-centric. And then we have Forest in the winter version, which is a 10% hit. So usually, like I said, you're going to see about 1 to 2 winter lands in the entire box. And then we go into our commons and uncommons. Early winter. I don't think we saw, I was thinking about it the other day. I don't think we saw the moose that everybody's after, the uncommon with Flash. So let's see if we get one today. Into our sword token, Wake the World Mind, Manifold Mouse. These packs are very swingy, as I said. They're either like huge hits in them or not that great. Wake the World Mind, Season of Loss in the full frame. So we got Season of Gathering and Season of Loss. Would love to see a Season of Weaving. Love to try it out in some decks. Jackdaw Savior, Moonstone Eulogist, into Vren the Relentless. And then we get our Spring Style Island there. And going into our commons and uncommons. And Veteran Guard Mouse. Yeah, so as I was saying, this set is very, very polarizing. I don't know what your thoughts are on it. I'd love to hear down below. Do you guys think this set is going to do terribly after release? Do you think it's going to do well? Do you think it's going to manage to maintain pricing over time? Or are stores going to get washed on it and rinsed? Here you go, Dowerport Mage, Showcase Foil. Hired Claw in the Showcase Non-Foil. Dawn's Truce in the Showcase. There goes our Extended Frame Commander card. This card is actually pretty nuts. Myriad. And then a Wishing Well. I'm actually going to stick this one up here with the hits. And then Wishing Well and foil. And then we're going into our mountain. Here we actually have a mountain in the summer frame. I don't think we got a single summer treatment in the last box opening that we did. Mind Spiral, Dire Sight, and Sky Skipper. One card, or there's a couple cards I'm hoping to hit out of this box that I didn't get in the last one. So one is Maha. I'd love to see that card. I'd like to see Euloge and then Dark Star Augur. Those are the cards that I didn't see out of the last one. Dark Star is essentially a power crept Dark Confidant. So here goes an Essence Channeler. And if you guys aren't familiar, most of the backsides of these tokens are the offspring creatures. So Essence Channeler going into a Squirrel Mob in the new treatment there. Followed by Alanya. Divergent Storm and Showcase. Rapid Augmenter, and finishing it off with a Fountain Port. I think this is a great utility land. One of the better colorless lands in recent times here. And then we're going into an island in the, what looks like the summer treatment because it doesn't have the flowers. Wax and Wane and Seapod Squire. see if we can keep this video right around 10 minutes. All right, so we got a rabbit, and there it is. It is our gilded foil in the anime. So very happy to hit this and show you guys what that looks like. Very, very beautiful. They, like I said, they knocked it out of the park with these. So the gold here is raised. I think on TCG Player they're calling these raised foils. Unfortunately, it's Zoraline. I don't think she's very sought after, but I think we're still happy with it regardless. Flying Vigilance. Whenever a bat you control attacks, you gain 1 life. Whenever Zoraline enters or attacks, you may pay a white and black and 2 life. When you do, return target non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. And there it is. There's Darkstar Augur, the card I was looking for. So hit one of those. Very happy with that. So like I said, this is a Power Crept Dark Confidant. It has Offspring 1, although it is 1 additional cost in comparison to Dark Confidant. You can potentially get 2 of them out, drawing twice as many cards as a Dark Confidant would give you. And it has Flying. Paw Patch Recruit, and finishing it off with a Bright Cat Badger. And, oh, sorry, I was actually off. And Season of Burrow in foil. So there we go. We are just missing Season of Weaving, and I'm forgetting what the red season is named. Take out the trash. Do you guys know off the top of your head? If you know, comment it down below. Gosh, I cannot recall what the red season is called. So we hit 3 of the 4 seasons. Let's see if we can hit all 5 out of this box. So Rabbit, hitting a Nissa who shakes the world in the full art foil. I would say this is my least favorite courageous critter treatment. I don't know why. I'm just not a big fan of frogs. I think it looks a little ridiculous. Oh, there it is. Season of Weaving in the borderless. So we hit 3 of the borderless seasons out of this box, which is pretty nuts. Festival of Embers. We're getting an Octomancer. And a Mabel, Heir to Cragflame. And then finishing it off with a Autumn Forest here. So we'll stick that up right there. And then we'll go through our commons and uncommons real quick. Still no Mystic Moose here. So we got Season of Gathering in the full frame foil. And then Season of Loss and Weaving in the full frame non-foil. All right, here we go. Food Token. Whisker Veil Forerunner. Going into our rare Marrow-Gnawer. Hit that. We'll put that in the little hits pile there. Fecund Greenshell. Jacked Rabbit. And finishing it off with a second Season of Weaving, this time in the foil treatment. And a Swamp in Autumn treatment. So I believe Autumn is considered that kind of dry looking season, whereas the summer treatment is always, there's like fire going on in the background or some sort of thing expressing extreme heat within the art itself. All right, we're down to 4 packs left after this, so about 2/3 of the way through the box here. So we have a Kidnap in the full art frame. Chatterfang, Squirrel General. I actually love this art for Chatterfang. I like it much more than the MH2 art, so very happy to see that. And if you guys haven't noticed, we actually have not hit, as I mentioned, a special guest card, because not every box has a special guest, surprisingly, in this set. So, and then we're getting a Bellow, Bard of Brambles from the Commander set in the full frame there. And then a Hearthborn Battler, followed by a Plains in the Autumn treatment there. And we'll go into our commons, uncommons, Heaped Harvest, Nettleguard, War Squeak, and Nocturnal Hunger. All right, let's see what we can get in the close here. Like I said, I really am hoping for a Maha in these last couple of packs. I think we're pretty low overall on the mythic count from the standard sets. We have all the seasons, which seem to be the mythics that we're getting, but none of the creatures. So maybe we can make a turn for the better here. Ishai, Ojutai Dragon Speaker in the full frame foil there. Liliana of the Darkness Realm, and that is in the Courageous Critter non-foil. Manifold Mouse. Hitting Wildseer Scouring Maw. I actually think this commander, this can potentially be a very, very disgusting commander. I think I'm going to build it on Moxfield and see how it goes, and then potentially actually build it as a deck. Whisker Veil Forerunner and Forest. Although a lot of people are saying that it's not in the right colors. You would want it to be in white if it was to be a strong commander. So Not having white is definitely a bummer for a commander that has enchantments have Cascade. But I don't think, and also blue would be great. But I don't think it's the end of the world, and I still think it can be quite disgusting if you build it correctly. We're getting a Fecund Green Shell in the full art foil, Thunder Trap Runner, Essence Channeler, followed by a Hazel Brewmaster, and a For the Common Good to finish it off. So far, this box has been, I would say, overall pretty weak. Only getting the seasons, really none of the really big creatures from the mythic hits. You don't have Yigra, you don't have Maha, you don't have Ullage, the Rotten Mouth, Viper, or any of those. So let's see if we get one of those out of these final packs here. We did hit the Gilded Foil, although I do believe Gilded Foils in this set will kind of play out like previous sets where a lot of them will settle and not be worth too much. Alanya Divergent Storm, and we're getting a Splash Lasher on the token. Then we're getting a Baleful Strix. I really like this art on the Baleful Strix. I think it's the best treatment so far, so very happy with that. And as I said, no special guests out of this box. Mist Breath Elder, 20 Toad, and we're going to finish it off with an Osteomancer Adept in the regular frame foil and an Island in the spring treatment. So there those are. Not a single Mystic Moose as well. Let's see if we can get the Warren War Leader. I think that's what he's called. The new Adeline. All right. Put your guesses down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys aren't following us, like I said, on Patreon, do make sure to check us out there. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below. If you didn't, let me know what I could do to improve. Here we go. Lunar Convocation for our first extended art foil here. And then we're getting a Karn, the Great Creator. Now, this Karn has people, like I said, very polarizing. Either love or hate. I don't mind it. I love this card in decks. I think it shuts down heavy ramp decks. Most of my friends love playing a ton of artifact ramps, so this is just like necessary if I plan to try and keep up. So happy to see that. I don't think the treatment is horrible. I know a lot of people do hate it though. Osteomancer Adept. And then a Prosperous Bandit. I think this guy's pretty decent as well. He's kind of like a little raccoon goldspan. And then we're going to finish it off with a Tender Wild Guide for the final creature there in the pack. That is from the rare slot. And then we're going into our Mountain, which is in the summer treatment. So that was the final pack. We'll do a quick overview of all the lands that came out of that. So let's go ahead, and what I'll do this time, I learned from the last video, is I'm going to quickly set the similar lands next to each other. So there's the two mountains. We're going to set the forest next to each other. And as I said, we only saw one winter treatment out of this box, as they are only a 10% chance. Quite a few islands. So there's the islands, and I think that's all set up there. So mountain, we only got the summer treatment, both being the same. For island, we got, here is the spring treatment, and then this is the summer treatment. As you can see, the flowers appear here in the spring treatment versus the summer treatment, and you have the sun in the back there. So 2 summer treatments and 2 spring treatments on the island. Then you have our plains. We only got 1 plains in this box, it being the autumn treatment. So there's that, the autumn or fall. Then we have a swamp, which is also in the autumn treatment. You can see with the dried up brush there and the plants that are sort of decaying. And then we have a forest in the autumn. And then you have forest in the winter. And then you have forest in the summer. So those are the 3 differences. I do believe this is the forest summer. I could be wrong though. It could be the forest spring, and then another forest in the autumn there, autumn fall. So there is those treatments for the forest. That is it for the box. I appreciate you all watching till the end here. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe. If you didn't, let me know what I could do to improve. Do check us out, like I said, on Whatnot and Patreon, and I hope to catch you all in the next video.